It's Wednesday, April 22nd, 2026. Coming up in the news, a Decent Work Country program to be launched at Midday celebration, and over 1,200 trade union members from mainland expected to travel to Carriacou for Midday celebrations this year. In the region, Barbados' police commissioner issues stern warning to gang members. On the international front, leaders from 30 nations meet in London today for Strait of Hormuz talks. And in sport, a dangerous pitch forces abandonment of Red Force hurricane clash. We have details to these, plus other stories when we return. The first segment of the news comes to you compliments, Brighton and Miners. Thanks for joining us. With the details, I am Christlina John. The Decent Work Country program, the DWCP, is set to be launched at this year's Midday celebration, as outlined during a press conference held today by Claudette Joseph, Minister for Labour and Legal Affairs.
We are, on May 1st, as workers celebrate May Day, going to join in the celebrations in the launch of the Grenada Decent Work Country program for the period 2026 to 2031. And officials from the International Labour Organization will join us in this year's May Day celebrations and in this special segment of the celebrations where the Decent Work Country program will be launched.
Speaking on the official launch, Minister Joseph confirmed that representatives from the International Labour Organization, the ILO, will be in attendance, underscoring the significance of the initiative both locally and internationally.
DWCPs, Decent Work Country programs, are developed by countries to help them identify and address key priorities for improving work conditions. And they are designed to promote decent work at the national level. It is important to highlight that as we negotiate reasonably with unions to improve things like minimum wage, wages, not minimum wage, wages and salaries, fringe benefits, and as we collaborate with stakeholders to improve minimum wage, it is important that we ensure that decent work overall is promoted at a national level, hence the launch of Grenada's first ever Decent Work Country program.
The minister explained that the DWCP was developed through an extensive tripartite consultation process, bringing together government, employers, and workers' organizations with technical support from the ILO. She emphasized that this collaborative approach ensures the program reflects the need and priorities of all key stakeholders in the labor sector. Providing further clarity, Joseph noted that the Decent Work Country program is a strategic framework designed to promote productive employment, guarantee rights at work, expand social protection, and strengthen social dialogue. She said the initiative aims to improve working conditions while fostering sustainable economic growth across the country. Highlighting its core focus, the minister outlined three key priority areas of the DWCP: enhancing employment opportunities, strengthening labor standards and rights, and improving social protection systems. These pillars, she outlined, will guide national efforts to create a more inclusive and resilient labor market.
Involve the enhanced governance, inclusion, and efficiency of Grenada's labor market. Comprise expanded offer of decent work opportunities through increased formalization, productivity, and tripartite cooperation. Priority 3 under the Decent Work Country program speaks to inclusive, rights-based social and labor protections through strengthened social partnership and tripartism.
The DWCP is expected to be a major feature of this year's Midday activities, reinforcing the government's commitment to advancing decent work and equitable development for all workers. Meanwhile, the island of Caracou is gearing up for this year's Midday celebrations, with organizers expecting a major turnout. According to Gloria Fortune, shop steward for the Public Workers Union on Caracou, more than 1,200 trade union members from mainland Grenada are set to travel to the island for the event on May 1st, which is next Friday.
Well, we are expecting over about 1,200 workers plus. On the 1st of May, when the boat arrives, we'll be down at the port. We have little breakfast get together, and after that we march from Harveyville to the stadium, to the mini stadium in Lauriston. The march would begin at about 11 o'clock. About 1:30, 2 o'clock, we are scheduled to begin the celebrations, the official celebrations, and this year we are celebrating under the theme Stronger Together, Defending Workers' Rights, Securing Our Future.
Fortune says preparations are already underway, with organizers actively engaging in outreach, advocacy, and mobilization efforts ahead of the celebrations. She is also encouraging residents of Caracou to come out in large numbers to mark the occasion and celebrate workers' rights.
My hope, well, workers up here has always wanted to experience the Grenada Midday celebrations, and we finally have it. So my expectation is that workers would come out, unite, stand with their union, use it as a form of advocacy to bring issues to light, and also celebrate with each other and, you know, be grateful for the rights that we do have as workers. So from the PW and the Grenada Trade Union Council, we are looking forward to seeing the workers of Caracou and Petit-Martinique come out to march on the 1st of May, starting at the Harveyville port. That we would be the best hosts and continue to work hard and put everything in place. The biggest part is coming out as workers, because you can put everything in place and workers don't show up. So we are praying that our efforts are not in vain, that our workers come out. We know the mainlanders love Midday, they would show up. So our workers, I'm appealing to you to come out and stand with your union. We have t-shirts. We have, from the Public Workers Union, we have t-shirts on sale. You can purchase your t-shirts and you get your placards when you come to the event. When you're at the start of the march, you can pick your placards.
And finally, on the local front, there is a saying: if you want to inspire lasting change, start with the youngest voices in your community. That message came to life this past weekend as students from the Uganda Martyr Primary School in Happy Hill, St. George, took part in a coastal cleanup at Dragons Bay Marine Protected Area and its surrounding shorelines in observance of World Earth Day, which is being observed today. Armed with garbage bags and a strong sense of purpose, the children worked together to remove debris from the beach, transforming not just the landscape but also perceptions about who can lead environmental action. GBN was on site and listened to the message they wanted to share.
I picked up a lot of bottles and clothing, and what I learned is it's bad to throw garbage, because you could be throwing it all up the road, then it still end up down here because the rain taking it from the drains and bringing it down on the beach, and then that killing the fish. So, and when the fish dead, you would have a shortage of food, then we go in farming. So I just want to say, please stop littering, because it's very wrong to do.
give your friends when you get back to school?
Do not litter when in the environment and keep the environment healthy. I collected a lot of clothing and a lot of shells and a lot of bottles. I thought that why would people do that to keep the environment bad, because we need the environment to be more clean to help other people so the air will be more fresh.
I think today was good, helping assist the others with helping the environment or the marine life. Advice is whenever I see something drop on the ground, pick it up quickly because it could enter the sea and damage other things.
The initiative stands not only as a powerful example of environmental preservation in motion, it's driven by youth engagement and community involvement. But beyond the cleanup itself, the students carried a deeper message. Protecting the environment begins with awareness, and awareness begins with education. Chairman of the Grenada Tourism Authority, Randall Dolan, says it all starts with us playing our part in maintaining a pure Grenada.
Take care of our environment, take care of community. We talk about it being a tourist attraction, but it needs to be an attraction for Grenadians first. We have to take care of what is ours and have pride in what is ours, right? When you look at a lot of the trash that you may see around, 9 out of 10 times it's not tourist littering. It's usually us, because there's all the KFC boxes and, Fantas and sodas, etc., laying around. And we just want to say that, look for the bins, take pride in our community, make sure you dispose of your trash responsibly. If there are no bins, then you take it back with you, because when you litter it, it is our communities, our place that you are making unsightly. And when we keep it clean, the visitors also see that we keep it clean, and they also take cues from us as well. So it really starts at home, right? Charity starts at home, and we just want to continue to encourage, especially the youth, to take pride in the community, take pride in our country. And your Grenada is supposed to be aspirational, but we have to then all live up to it to keep it pure, maintain that purity.
By involving children early, communities plant the seeds for a more sustainable future, one where responsibility for the planet is shared, understood, and actively practiced. The message is clear. Real change doesn't wait for tomorrow's leaders. It starts with them today. World Earth Day 2026 is celebrated under the theme, Our Power, Our Planet. This theme emphasizes the power of community mobilization, collective action, and everyday individual action to defend environmental progress, accelerate the transition to renewable energy, and ensure accountability for environmental damage. And that's the local segment of the news. Do stay with us. Your regional highlights are up next. Thanks for staying with us. And now, as we probe around the region, we'll hear more about the stern warning issued by Barbados' police commissioner. This and more in today's regional roundup from the OCM News Network. This segment of the news comes to you compliments Fortune Foods Limited.
Hey everyone, here is an invitation to join me this and every Wednesday at 8:30 p.m. on GBN Television 711 K105 FM, our Facebook page and YouTube channel for Kaiso Talk. Meet the Kaisonians, hear their stories, feel the vibes. Kaiso Talk, Wednesdays 8:30 p.m. Compliments for Grenville Credit Union.
at Godding Road, Station Hill, St. Michael. The victim is known in the community as Bill. On Monday night, he was shot 11 times. The killing has brought to 14 the number of homicides so far this year. Meanwhile, Commissioner of Police Richard Boyce says the Barbados Police Service knows who the perpetrators are behind a triple homicide which occurred last weekend at Thunder Bay, St. James. The Commissioner is urging them to turn themselves in immediately or face the consequences. In a straight-talking 5-minute address to the public, Commissioner Boyce revealed yesterday the incident was gang-related.
It was a deliberate attempt to take out the leadership of one of the groups involved in violent criminal activity in this country. That is what this is. We are not guessing. We understand the nature of what happened. We are responding accordingly. Now, let me speak directly to the men responsible. Turn yourselves in. Get a lawyer to go to the nearest police station and surrender yourselves. Do it now. We know who you are. We know the circles you move in. We know what happened. And let me also say this. We will leave no stone unturned in pursuing every single person involved in this matter.
Mr. Boyce also issued a warning to anyone who may be harboring the assailants.
If you are sheltering anyone involved, stop and think very carefully about what you are doing. You are placing yourself on the wrong side of the law, and the Barbados Police Service will deal with that accordingly. Let me also say this to those young men who think loyalty to violent groups is strength. It is not strength. It is destruction. It leads to prison. It leads to injury. And regrettably, it leads to death. It leaves families grieving and communities traumatized. There's no honor in terrorizing your neighborhoods and leaving your families exposed. There's no future in gun violence.
Police Commissioner Richard Boyce. The Trinidad and Tobago government is promising urgent reform of security systems within police stations. The assurance comes 3 days after the killing of an acting corporal while at the municipal police station in the city of San Fernando. Corporal Anushka Eversley was strangled and beaten to death. Guns and ammunition were also stolen from the station. Yesterday in the Senate, Minister of Homeland Security Roger Alexander said changes are coming.
While the investigation is at a sensitive stage and we await the direction of the Director of Public Prosecution, the Commissioner of Police is already implementing drastic, immediate institutional changes, Mr. President. These include strict new accountability protocols for firearm storage, security to ensure such a breach never happens again.
He also gave an update on the investigation.
The murder of Corporal Eversley at the San Fernando Municipal Local Government Police Station, Mr. President, and the subsequent stealing of firearms is a matter of great national concern. Since this incident occurred less than 48 hours ago, the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service has worked around the clock.
The minister is pleased with the recoveries made so far. 42-year-old Corporal Eversley was found dead in the living quarters of the station. And the Caribbean Court of Justice reserves its ruling in the extradition matter involving Guyana's opposition leader Azruddin Mohammed and his father Nazar Mohammed. In October last year, the United States government submitted a request to Guyana seeking their extradition. Both are facing an 11-count criminal indictment, including allegations of conspiracy, mail and wire fraud, and money laundering. The CCJ granted an interim stay of the extradition proceedings, pending the determination of this application for special leave. However, after the hearing yesterday, CCJ President Justice Winston Anderson said the court was not ready to rule on the application. He also warned the counsel about statements being made outside of the court.
Have you heard about the new soft weave bathroom tissue with total...
Fire up the coals, bring the flavor. It's time to crown the King of the Grill. Maggie King of the Grill 2026 is calling you. Think you got the creativity, the skills, and the fire to rule the grill? This is the ultimate showdown for chefs, backyard masters, and the food lovers alike. Step up, show your talent, and claim your spot among the best. With over $5,000 in cash and prizes to be won, the stakes has never been hotter. Happening Saturday, May the 30th. Register now. Call or WhatsApp 407-8458. But hurry, registration close April the 30th. Don't wait. Bring your fire, bring your flavor, and bring your A-game. Maggie, King of the Grill 2026, where champions are made on the grill.
With us. And now for a look at what's making news on the international front. Well, leaders of 30 nations are meeting in London today to continue discussions on keeping the Strait of Hormuz open once the U.S. war with Iran ends. It comes as Donald Trump extended the ceasefire just hours before it was due to end. It's meant to allow for peace talks due to take place in Pakistan, but the U.S. continues to block Iranian ports until that happens. Here are details in this report.
President Trump does seem to be looking for an exit strategy here. But on the Iranian side, time to some extent is operating in their favour, in the sense that they're keeping up pressure on the global economy, they're normalising their control of the Strait of Hormuz, they're not currently being bombed, and they're able to sort of consolidate domestic control. Trump seems to be gambling on the idea that even if he extends the ceasefire indefinitely, the blockade will force Iran to the table, and that's a big gamble. We've just seen a deal extended into the long grass because there's now no deadline, and the blockade is ongoing, and Iran is now saying it won't reopen the Strait of Hormuz until that blockade is lifted.
German Airlines Lufthansa says it's cutting 20,000 short-haul flights as Europe faces the prospects of jet fuel shortage. Here are details in this report.
Lufthansa says that jet fuel costs have doubled since the start of the Iran conflict. And while supplies may be secure for now, preemptive steps are needed. Brussels, Munich, Zurich, Frankfurt and Vienna are all hubs expected to be impacted by the airline's decision to scrap 20,000 flights, deemed to be less profitable. The IEA warns that flight cancellations due to fuel shortages could become a real scenario in Europe in the coming weeks if the Strait of Hormuz doesn't reopen soon. EU officials say they will act quickly and appropriately and are considering a range of options, including importing fuel from alternative markets.
Good afternoon, sporting fans, and now for your sporting highlights. Well, the second round of matches between the Leeward Islands Hurricanes and Trinidad and Tobago Red Force was abandoned on the third day after it was determined that the pitch at the Sir Vivian Richards Stadium was unfit and dangerous. The decision was made after one field umpire Leslie Reefer and Zahid Bassarat suggested that play be stopped after Hurricanes batter Jeremiah Louis was struck by a delivery from fast bowler Jaden Seals. At the time, the home side was on 140-7 in the second innings, an overall lead of 96 runs. After conclusion or consultation with match referee Jonathan Blades, it was decided that the match would be abandoned in the interest of the players' safety. Cricket West Indies said while the Sir Vivian Richards Stadium was set to host the finals next month, it gives the assurance that the necessary work would be done to ensure that it was in prime condition. And that's your sporting highlights. Do stay with us for a recap of the headlines when we come back. And now recapping the headlines that made the news today. Decent Work Country program to be launched at Midday celebrations, and over 1,200 trade union members from mainland expected to travel to Carriacou for Midday celebrations this year. In the region, Barbados' police commissioner issues stern warning to gang members. On the international front, leaders from 30 nations meet in London today for the Strait of Hormuz talks. And in sport, dangerous pitch forces abandonment of Red Force Hurricane clash. This has brought us to the end of the luncheon edition of news for today, Wednesday, April 22nd, 2026. On behalf of the entire news team, I have been your presenter, Christlina John, thanking you for listening.